Okay, so I'd just like to touch on a few points that the second affirmative said. Firstly, one of the things that you seem to emphasize is that raising the minimum wage is the only way to go. It's the only thing we can do if we want to see an increase for like a decrease in poverty for these people. And I like to call that faulty reasoning because there's other options out there, such as one that's argued a lot, such as abolishing the minimum wage, and perhaps making an option of, I'm not gonna go into it, that's just one of the options that I feel like the affirmative isn't considering. This isn't the only way to do anything. We don't have to raise the minimum wage, it's not something that has to happen. I'd also like to point out a fact that he stated that I found incorrect. He was talking about how many 16 to 25-year-olds make up minimum wage earners. He said 16 to 25-year-olds, it's actually 16 to 24-year-olds, just a minor bit. But I also like to point out one other thing that I think is a little bit faulty in the reasoning, which is that the cost of living in each state is different. So, for example, there it is. In a research study from the Missouri Economic Research and Information Center, in 2015, Mississippi had the lowest cost of living at 83.5% of the national average, while Hawaii had the highest net cost of living, 168.6%. And accordingly, Mississippi has a lower minimum wage than Hawaii does. So raising the federal minimum wage doesn't fit for every single state, as the cost of living varies for each state. I also like to point out that they said about prices increasing. And one of the things that I found in researching is that when the minimum wage is raised, welfare cases, for example, for people would get off welfare because they'd be making more money, let's say. But let's see if I can find the statistic. Essentially, what it says is that here it is. It's from the Journal of Policy Analysis and Management, and it says that we tend to conclude that although minimum wages may increase the financial independence of some low-skilled single mothers, the gains they experience, if they exist, are counteracted by a net increase in welfare dependency. So this is basically an averaging out, not averaging out, but evening out slate, you could call it, and essentially makes it so that any increased wages that they would earn are counteracted by these new things that pop up, which I've said before, such as decreasing benefits and cutting hours and things like that. One other thing I'd like to point out is unemployment due to the raising of the minimum wage. So, from a study from the Metropolitan Policy Program at Brookings Institute, unemployment rates are 2 percentage points higher in large metro areas with a short age of educated workers relative to demand, and been consistently higher since before the recession. What I'd just like to point out here is that this was taken after the minimum wage was raised, or in a simulation after the minimum wage was raised. And the way it's set up is to see how unemployment rates would change in metropolitan areas. And this just brings me one other point I'd like to bring that somewhat covers significance.
He's got it wrong. You're 4 minutes. You're out of time.
I was confused.
It's okay. It's